trying to get crazy with this scene. Don't you know I'm loco?
And he was telling me we were having some drinks and shit, that he was searching for people to do the logo and he was sending them shit. Like, I want it kind of like this. And then he figured out, well, fuck, I want it like this. And he did it himself. I was like, that's dope.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
I want it kind of, wait. Yeah, that's all I want.
What's happening, everybody? This is Bobby Ruiz, a.k.a. Bobby Tribal. Once again, finally, unbelievably, it's time for that
Lower Left podcast. Right here at the lower left.
That's right. With my man, Johnny Be Good.
Yeah, Johnny, a.k.a. what?
Sweats. Johnny Sweats, the sweater. So we're kind of on a roll. We're going to have like 3.
Yeah.
That by the time we finish this one, it'll be 3. So that's kind of good for us. If you're listening to this podcast, I would highly recommend you check out previous episodes. There's a lot of really, really good ones I think you'd be interested in if you're listening to this one. But lots of good shit. Just go ahead and check it out. But what's up, Johnny?
Not much.
It's kind of
same.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying it's the same shit, different day, but it's good, right? Every day above the ground.
That's right.
Is a good day.
Facts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we've got it's a good day here at the lower left. It's right before the holidays. Just kind of spontaneously, we've got a building full of some really talented artists.
Fucking fun people too. Yeah. You can tell. I mean, I'm not even out there, but
yeah, it sounds like there's something going on out there. Ames is here. Obviously, the daily cast here in the building. Alexi's here. Weddle, Chavo, everybody. Who else is there's somebody else out there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then these 2 guys right here. But
no namers.
Johnny Sweats. You'll get to their names. They're still no namers. We're working on that. So we invited
after this.
Yeah, we invited them on the podcast so we could help them build their names.
Thank you.
But
yeah, I mean, honestly, dog, that's what really happened in the first start of my career, bro. Honestly,
yeah.
That's the reason. This man right here is the reason I came this far in what I'm doing. Honestly.
Thank you. Are you drinking?
No, but that's just honest truth.
I appreciate that, Holmes. Thank you.
All the time.
So we'll get to his introduction in a minute, but I appreciate that. But yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day, and so we're representing both coasts here right now. No, because you kind of represent both coasts by yourself, right?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. So we have from Northern California and Miami, Mr. Adrian Delgado, and he's currently tattooing in all over the place. Yeah. He was tattooing here for the last who knows how many days, and then we were in Japan. You were tattooing. You tattooed out there, then you tattooed in Miami, and then you tattooed. I met you at Gods of Ink in Germany, and then we were just on the streets of Rome, and guess who pops up?
God damn, you're everywhere.
Adrian's right there on one of those little scooter chingaderas cruising around at like 1:30 in the morning. Nobody's out. He's just
that's the best.
Yeah.
You ride those?
Yeah. He has
bro. You fall off that shit. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna put your hands on.
And he had his girl, and they're like right around the Trevi Fountain, just in the streets, just bombing. What was that?
It was just like the little Uber,
bird scooters.
The birds, yeah.
Was it a bird scooter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just tap your phone.
But it was a trick.
Just tap your phone and just
and then my brother from right here, San Diego, California, the world famous now? Pretty much, dog. Like you've been putting some miles on your passport, and for years he didn't have one, but as soon as he got it, he's been abusing the fuck out of that thing.
Yeah. Now I'm a stamp collector. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd grow up and be a stamp collector, but it's pretty dope.
Yep. Tribal Click, both these guys, Mr. Flaks. Mr. Flaks, we finally got him down here to yeah, that's right. That's a little clap button. Which one is it? He's gonna hit the wrong one. Just hit anyone, see what you get.
Booyah. Wow, wow. Do you have the wow, wow, wow?
That tells you what they are right there. Yeah, there it is. You see that?
That's solid.
Yeah, dude. So, Flaks again. Like we were out in Germany, and we were just in Japan, where Flaks made national news in Japan.
What was that?
I don't know.
Well, we can get to that later.
You just gotta go look at my Instagram.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's AI.
Yeah, allegedly threw some shoes on the telephone wire out there. I guess that's not a real big thing.
Oh.
Apparently.
First one to do it.
That means where they
They're a
have
little
really
mad.
good ramen, right? That's where you know which house to go to.
Maybe. It means something different over here. But, you know.
AI is incredible. The things they can do with video.
It's dope. Yeah. It really looked like me too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
It was all done with AI.
Yeah.
But we'll start. Let's start with the out of town guest, Mr. Adrian Delgado, who was originally from
Marcal.
Where?
Bay Area. Tracy, California.
Tracy, which is famous for prison, right?
I mean, yeah, there's
Not E40?
a prison. No, that's more.
The Vallejo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where exactly is Tracy?
Tracy is in between, like Livermore, Modesto, Stockton,
Kind of.
right. It's a little triangle.
So it's like country,
in between
right?
the 5 and then yeah. It's a lot of country, a lot of cows and ranches and shit. But it's grown a lot.
Is it close to like San Jose?
It's an hour away. So I'm east of San Jose.
Oh wow, you're in there.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
inland.
Yeah.
Is
So as
there,
soon
like-
as you get into Tracy, it's like you got to go over the hills or whatever, and as soon as you get down, it's just flat.
Oh, it's nice then.
Are you far from Reno?
Yeah.
Not too far.
No, yeah, hell yeah.
It's
It's
super
3
far.
hours away.
That's not far.
What about Sacramento?
3 hours ain't
Sacramento's an hour. So I'm an hour from San Francisco, an hour from Sacramento,
So
an
you're like
hour from
right-
San Jose.
right
I'm like in the middle.
In the
Yeah,
middle, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's a good spot.
So you grew up there?
Yep. So I moved there when I was in 6th grade. So I was originally born in Daly City by San Francisco. Grew up in San Bruno until I was like 12. Then my parents bought a house in Tracy, and then I grew up half of my life in Tracy.
And you went to school out there?
Yeah, went to school, elementary school in San Bruno, and then middle school, high school in Tracy.
San Bruno's Silicon Valley, right? Like
That's nearby. Yeah, nearby. Yep,
it's
it's
the
right
tech
there.
shit,
Yeah,
huh?
the tech shit. Yeah, that's where like YouTube, Google, all that shit. Right there.
I think I've been there. I have been to Silicon Valley. There's like a venue there, right? It's around Silicon Valley.
The SAP Center, maybe in San Jose.
It's an outdoor venue, like an amphitheater.
Oh yeah, Mountain View.
Yeah, I think,
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
I think I
That's
went there
where-
once.
yeah.
That's a lot of
To a lot of-
all I know is
Lot of
Cupertino.
Yeah,
My phone.
Really?
But we're not
iPhone.
we're not real. I don't really know that much of the geography. Up
Yeah.
there. I've been up there, several times, but I'm not real familiar with
Yeah.
that. But what was it like growing up there?
It was cool. Yeah, like it's my first part of my life was cool. I grew up playing soccer my whole life. Always in San Francisco. That's where we used to train, and I pretty much just grew up playing soccer. Always traveling with the team, my dad and stuff. And then
So you were pretty good.
yeah, it was good.
Man,
Our team was really good. Like we won state champions twice, and we like almost never lost. We were together from like since we were like 7 years old to like 16.
Wow.
So same players.
Are they still
we traveled to
are they
Mexico.
still your friends?
Some, yeah.
Yeah.
Some, yeah. I just tatted one of them recently, and
That's
it was
cool to
Yeah.
have that type of friendship with people that you've played sports with for that long.
Yeah,
right?
we were like a family, like it was fun. It was fun, and I always drew on the side too. That was kind of like my other little passion.
So what got you into tattooing though?
So I used to draw a lot as a kid, and just doing graffiti. I always looked up to like graffiti and stuff, and I always used to draw in my book in my room and shit, and just I used to do like murals for like rooms, like girls' rooms and shit, and just like little random spots. And
How old were you when you were doing that kind of stuff?
Like high school.
So you were doing like murals. So that was your way to get into the girls' rooms?
Yes.
I'm already in here.
Yeah. I was like, I'll draw something.
Since I'm already here.
Exactly.
He's all, could we start the wall at 9 tonight? It should take me like 3 hours. I should be done by then.
No, I used to just.
Can I just spend the night? It's already too late to go home, and I've had a couple beers. I don't want to drive.
I want to start
Just trying to be responsible,
Yeah.
No, but I used to do it for fun. I just tell people like, just buy the paint and I'll do it. I love to just create.
But you don't do that no more.
No more.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Did you do graffiti and stuff too?
I did. Yeah, but I never really like went out to tag and shit too much. It's just always in my room or like safe spots under bridges and shit like that.
Yeah.
People's, that's all I really did. And yeah, I moved to the Bay Area for the summer because I was going to college. I didn't know what to do after high school. Went to college. I was playing soccer, trying to get picked up to play at a bigger college or something. That didn't happen. I didn't go back to school and for the summer. Then I went to work with my uncle. He has a landscaping business, so gardening and shit.
Are you still good at that?
Yeah, hell yeah. I did designs and everything.
If I get a tree, can you make it into a bonsai tree?
Yeah. No, my uncle could though. He's got green thumbs.
What did you do when you were landscaping?
I would cut the grass. I would pick up the trash. The edges.
So you were
everything.
guy.
Just whatever. We'd wake up at 6 a.m, and go whatever my uncle wanted.
It's hot up there.
Are you good with the weed whacker?
Yeah.
You ever go?
I actually never did that shit.
You didn't
I didn't know.
straight line?
No, hell no.
Yeah.
I would fuck up
you
the
could
grass.
have like people fucking up on the job. You could have just weed whacked their legs real quick. Don't get to work. Motherfucker.
Yeah, no.
You ever go hungover to work?
Oh yeah. Always.
Nah, my man, I've been a test of this. My man don't get hangovers.
No?
He's like me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We wake up.
Hey, I was surprised.
I've seen it too.
I was surprised.
My cousin, he worked for my uncle that was a landscaper, and he was so fucked up that he had yards to do. He was doing the wrong yard. So my uncle went to yell at him, like, "What are you doing? It's not that yard. Now you got to finish it." So yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So that's kind of how I started. So then in that whole thing while working with my uncle that summer, my cousin, which is like 4 years older than me, junior, always hung out with him growing up and shit. And one of his homies had a shop. They do custom upholstery, DJ Designs. Shout out DJ Designs. Beautiful work, custom, for old schools and shit. And he was like, "Hey, can you do my name at, my shop?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So I did that. He introduced me to a guy who had a tattoo shop, and he was like, "Yo, like, check out this kid. Like, he just did this mural in my shop. Like, look at his artwork, whatever." He's like, "Oh shit, like, tell him to come. And if you want, we can teach him how to tat. Like, just bring him by." So that's what we did. He's like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to somebody." I showed him your work and stuff. So we went. And then right that day, he was like, "Yo, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm not going to school for college. I mean, for the summer and
cutting
I
grass."
don't know, yeah, I'm cutting grass. Like, I'm just out here, like, for the,
And he was like,
"Dude, like,
fuck that.
Yeah,
Come over here. You want to make some real money."
literally, bro." He was like,
That's
"Dude,
dope.
like, you have talent. Like, you're young. You don't really have shit going on. Like, you should learn how to tat. Like,
Perfect
it's a cool
opportunity.
lifestyle. Like, it's
Yeah.
well." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I never thought about that." Because none of my family, like my friends, nobody was really like tatted. I wasn't really around anybody that was in the like in that, So
Yeah,
I never really looked. I never thought about tattooing.
I didn't never set out to be a tattoo artist
No.
either. I fell into that shit.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
It was
Just-
not planned.
Mhm.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro. So it just kind of happened, but it's crazy because it was my dream always to. I was going to school to
Who was the name of this shop and who was this person?
Marcus from Tattoo Madness in Burlingame or no Millbrae.
Still there?
Yeah, it's still there. And it's funny. I just ran into him not that long ago.
Oh, you probably like, man.
Yeah,
he's proud of you. Huh?
Yeah, it was crazy because we're shooting a little documentary with my boy Jeremy, just about just me and my story or whatever.
I would do
What?
that. I would do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
he's a big deal.
Is it?
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. Yeah. So if you get a chance, look at his Instagram. It's AD Tattoos, right?
yeah.
AD
Oh, this guy?
tattoos.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's kind of
yeah,
a big
big
deal.
deal.
He's I'm kind of. I could go as far as saying he's pretty much a super big deal. I met him at Gods of Ink, which is the tattoo convention of tattooers. You can't just get in there. You have to be invited.
Invite only.
Yeah, invite only.
Well, I'm
And
going to have to make
it's
an
like
appointment.
it's like the tattoo all stars of the world.
Yeah.
And there was this little Chicano dude that was there, and I think I seen his work first, and he had just been hanging out. I don't think I seen him tattooing yet. And there was this dude that had this insane fucking just full
Torso front, yeah.
piece and back. You had him full, and it was insanely sick, dude. I'm like, who the fuck did this? And I did.
That was me. You did that? Come here. But I already seen Bobby.
It was
You did that? Come here real quick. Let me talk. Let me talk.
And it was Adrian. And then I found out rather quickly, because this was at some point during the day. Adrian is kind of also famous for carrying around a backpack full of tequila.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
And
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
What's your
player.
tequila choice then?
There you go.
Oh man.
he's kind of a
You
tequilero.
can't bring it over here and not pour it.
But
man.
his dad.
Oh, look at this, Bob. What are you doing?
I'm gonna drink it right now.
What happened? Bro, we toasted and you didn't
I
drink it.
did. I sipped
He
it.
did say he was gonna sip it, but
Yeah.
but you gotta sip more than that.
Every time you go on a tequila tour, they tell you to
Bob.
sip it.
Yeah, like if
I
like
can't.
Because you're going on a tour that you're going to take a lot of shots.
Yeah,
That's
wanna
why
get-
they tell you.
Yeah.
I love
They want to
tequila,
let
but
you.
not-
They don't want to get you blacked out by the end
so.
of the tour.
But at the end of the convention, the end of the day, well, even towards the end of the day, like let's say the convention ends at 7. By 5:30, this dude's pouring it, just pouring. He's the one
you
who
weren't
tried.
tattooing that day.
No, I wasn't tattooing. I was just there to just be there.
Oh, you were just
yeah,
there.
yeah.
to
Oh,
show
that's
off.
why you
He was
run around with tequila.
He's basically there to show
like,
off.
damn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like hey, like
I
check out
did
my-
this, and I'm getting fucked up all day.
Yeah.
Check out this whole bodysuit.
Yeah, but he's
and
also part of the
we're
Bishop
drink-
family. Shout out to Franco Vescovi.
Fuck
James,
yeah,
James,
Frankie,
all the
big
all
Frankie,
the, all the family at Bishop, but
James,
yeah,
everybody,
James, everybody at Bishop, but yeah, we were out there and
and all the workers in the warehouse. Don't think I don't appreciate y'all too, homie, because you're the ones who really take care of people.
yeah, so everybody down there, but okay, sorry, you could go back.
We're talking
So I
about
was-
tequila.
Bobby just lost his train of thought, so he shot
I
it
just
back to you.
wanted, I just wanted to be like he's kind of a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of where I was at with that, but where were you? Were
Yeah, so I was
the guy? Oh, you ran into the
I
guy.
ran into him because we're
Yeah,
shooting
see?
a little documentary.
Nice save.
And yeah, he was just like, what the fuck? He's like, Adrian, like, what's up? How you? It's been like 12 years since I've seen him, because I was getting apprentice under Dan at the time, and he did tribal, like Filipino tribal, and so I was there for like maybe 2 months. And after like I had told my parents, my uncle, I'm like, hey, like I got this opportunity, like uncle, can I stay with you? Like, and he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, like. So I would stay with him. We'd wake up in the morning, go cut grass, and then during lunchtime we'd go eat, and then he'd drop me off at the shop around noon, and then I'd be at the shop until closing. And Dan he was in jail for a couple of years, so he didn't have a license or anything, and he lived in San Jose, so I had to. Sometimes, if we stay late, take him in my little bug that I bought
Take him
off the
home.
FAFSA money for college.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah, so we would sometimes I had to take it to San Jose and then come back to San Bruno, which is like 30. It's like a 35-40 minute drive. And I did that for like 2 months. And me and Marcus, we kind of bumped heads because he would tell me to like do something at the shop, and then I wouldn't do it because I was listening to the artist was just telling me to draw or do some other shit. And so one time he was just, we kind of got a little argument, and he was like, you know what, like this is not going to work out. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, don't worry. Like I got a job at Wells Fargo actually. Mm-hmm. And so I left. And when I left, my uncle bought me a Craigslist fucking tattoo kit.
machine?
Yeah. Chinese fucking with, all the inks or whatever. and that's when I started tattooing after I left there because they didn't let me tattoo. Or I actually tattooed the next day I started. Well, after I told them like, yeah, I'm down. Like, thank you for the opportunity. You know. Next day I came and they're like, all right, well, you're gonna tat yourself. So I did
Yourself?
I did this rose right here. Yeah.
First tat?
First tat ever.
That's funny. I got a tat right there too.
It's like,
There it is.
yeah.
619.
There you go.
This way and that way the same.
Yeah, same shit.
619,
Yeah. So this is my last name and then the rose.
Well, it looks better in yours because yours is upside down. Mine's upside down and right side up.
Yeah, that's what started. You know, I just started tatting. Thank God, you know, for my family that backed me up.
And your tío,
for
right?
My tío.
Yeah.
My tío's famous for that. Like, everybody has lived at his house to this day. Like,
He's helped out a lot of people.
everybody in his family has lived with him. He's done well his whole life. You know, he's really fucking awesome guy. And yeah, so after I left living there, I moved to Redwood City, which is closer to like San Jose area. And then my other uncle helped me out because he has a transmission shop, Redwood City Transmission, my tío Chuy. And
Shout out Chewy.
so yeah, and so then after that, I started to just tattoo out of the shop, my cousins, and just like, you know, people from. I had just started at Wells Fargo as well, so I was like tattooing people from Wells Fargo or like from the line. Like I'll tell people like, oh, like I do tattoos, like, and they'd come over like, yeah, it was crazy.
Here's your money. Plus,
Yeah.
if you ever want to get tatted.
Hustler, getting the money back.
Yeah, bro.
It's kind of like the way he used to get in the bedroom.
yeah. So I want that.
I only book murals from 9 p.m. and on.
This guy.
Crazy, man.
So, that was the first shop you were in, first official shop.
Yeah. But they only let me do this tattoo. And then the next day I tatted my friend. I did a Santana. His last name is Santana. So you know the Santana logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my second tattoo, back piece. Like,
Oh shit!
and then they were like, yo, like, no more. Like, you can't do that. Like, you don't need, because I posted on Facebook. I was like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist now. Like, come through. Who's trying to get tatted? And my boy was like, I'm down. So he came the next day. I tatted him. And after that, they're like, no, like, you can't do that.
Why?
shit. I mean, because it was my first day, second day.
But what was the
Most people
outcome?
tattooing on
What were
oranges.
they-
Oh, shit.
Were they bad or were they
It was
too
bad,
big or what?
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, my hand, I was shaking and shit, you know, like, super scared. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I had
So they
never
stopped you,
Yeah. And then I was just drawing, doing shit like
and
that.
look at you now,
Yeah, bro.
unstoppable.
Crazy. But never stopped after that. Like, I just got addicted, you know, and it
Well,
was so much
what
fun.
would you say from your experience on me? Did you learn more by yourself or more
yeah.
tattooing at a shop?
No, I only did 2 tattoos at a
'Cause
shop.
it sounds
Everything
like you
else
learned everything
was on
else on
myself.
your own.
Yeah. Everything.
That's dope.
Yeah, self-taught.
Because you have nobody to guide you.
Nobody.
So it's
Yeah,
like trial and error.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I did that
But
for
how did you get to the level you're at now?
2
Like,
years
Who
2 years?
by myself.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
How long have you?
Hey, you know that girl sitting out there? She's been tattooing for 3 years. She's dope. I'll show you her
No,
shit
my
later.
shit is
Like,
horrible. 2 years was not.
Oh.
I mean, it took me at least like 5 years to get somewhat like, you know, like pretty good or whatever. But it was just trial and error. Nobody told me shit. Like, I was just learning from seeing tattoos on Instagram and just kind of studying or just
if you
seeing
have
how
to
my
figure
shape
that
feels.
shit out, that's way different than somebody telling you what's what.
Yeah,
You know what I
nobody-
mean?
nobody
It
told me.
takes a little bit longer.
And this
but
was
if you did that in 2 years, that's very impressive. That's impressive, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Straight up.
So
Coils
now,
and shit.
Now, how long have you been tattooing?
13 going on 14.
Oh, shit.
Almost, yeah. 2011.
And he owns. So he has a shop called Green Avenue Tattoo.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of Wynwood, which is a famous
Oh,
art
yeah.
district in Miami. But he's never there.
It's
I just started to like really travel again, you know,
Yeah.
because I traveled a lot before COVID, like a lot, and so after
You must have a good crew, though. Shout out to your crew.
Yeah,
you
they're
must have
solid.
an amazing crew. Because I just in the short amount of time that I've known you, like just the amount of traveling that you've done, and we were just in the 3 of us were in Japan, and
Awesome
Yeah.
place.
and now we're here.
But
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite places to go, bro.
Yeah, man.
Honestly.
it is.
It's
Hopefully
fucking
they'll
dope.
let you back in.
I know.
facial wreck, right? Again.
For real.
Oh.
That would be fucked up if that really happened.
Nah,
That's- I'm
that's not
getting a lot
gonna
of-
He's thinking about it.
I am. I'm getting a lot of hate mail from that.
take that.
But
shit
but
down.
AI is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AI, the way they made that.
Let's
shit.
keep stamping that.
That's right.
Mm.
I like that one too. So, shout out to my boy Steve-O. He's out there too. Like I forget
Yes.
who else. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of other people, but so wow, dude, but obviously you had influences, people that didn't. So you're saying you never really apprenticed under anybody. You figured it all out by yourself. But I'm sure there were people that you admired and you looked up to their technique and their style and just the way their tattoos looked. And then trying to learn not just and there's different. It's not just people showing you how to tattoo, it's showing you what to use and how to use it. What types of inks, what types of washes, what like
everything,
grays and.
But even as far as rotaries and coils go, it's a different hit.
Yeah.
So you had to figure out. That's very impressive, bro. Honestly,
for
me knowing as a tattoo artist, that's pretty impressive that you got the hang of it in about 2 years. You said?
Well, no. So I was tattooing for 2 years by myself. And then I got into a shop, and then that's when I kind of like, after 2 years, I quit the bank and, got into like full time.
And you knew you're going full time.
Yeah. That's when I went full time. I was like, okay, I have enough clients now. Like, cause I was still working at the bank the whole time. Like, it's funny how I started at the bank and tattooing almost at the same time. And I was just doing like full time at the bank at Wells Fargo. And then on my days off, I would tattoo in Tracy. I would go back to Tracy and tattoo like my friends and stuff or whatever. And then
so they let you start tattooing again?
No, I tattooed in my room, like my parents' house.
Wow.
Yeah, or I used to live in a trailer with like 12 other people in Redwood City.
Wow.
And so I would tattoo. I'd set up my little shop inside that room. It was a trailer park, and it was a 4-bedroom trailer park, and each room had a family. One room had a family of 4. The other family had a family of 3. The other family had a family of 3 also with babies and shit, and 1 bathroom.
Wait, so you lived in
crazy.
You lived in a trailer?
Yeah, in the trailer.
With 12?
Yeah, because it was 4 people in one room, 3 people in another room.
Like a double wide or something?
Yeah, one room.
So that's really impressive.
Yeah.
That's to go from that to where you're at now with your shop and traveling the world and being recognized globally, and then just that struggle to get out like that. How long did you live like that?
Probably for like 6 months or like a year almost. Yeah. And then
How many bathrooms?
1.
Really?
Yeah.
1 for 12?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been rough mornings, nigga.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like babies and shit. Like it was crazy. And it was I was doing it just because I had the job at Wells Fargo, and it was a good job. I was young. I was like 20, 21, and I could have easily gone back to Tracy and just live with my parents. But I had that job. I liked it. I had a nice car, a little GTO. It was cool. So at the time, I was just tattooing and working full time and just trying to. It was like whatever, it didn't really. I don't know. But looking back, it's fucking crazy. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll show you like pictures of the shop which was my room. I asked the landlord, I'm like, hey, can I paint the room?
The landlord, aka owner of the trailer?
Yeah. I was like, can I paint the room? And he's like, yeah, you know how to paint, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, cool.
So I painted. Just gonna paint the room up.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. I didn't tell him what I was gonna paint. I just said,
He's like, what the fuck?
So I fucking paint the like a sugar skull, and my shop name was Humble Beings Tattoos, like humble beings. That was my shop name or whatever.
Right.
And I had a little setup.
That's cool.
I had a little setup and a bed, fucking candy and shit.
You used to walk your clients through the trailer. 12 people.
Yeah, inside, and I'll tattoo them in my room, and then they'll leave, and I'll just hop over in my bed.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Did you ever feel like having work and home in the same spot? You never felt like you separated the two, like you went home?
no,
It was just one thing.
yeah. It was just,
So how did you get out of the room?
I ended up getting a girlfriend,
That'll do it.
and she
Separated
You
yourself
painted her wall
for free.
at night.
He needed his own spot.
Nah, he did that one in the daytime. It didn't matter. He did that one at 3:00.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got a spot. I ended up moving in with her mom, and we ended up pretty quickly got our own apartment, and I stayed in Redwood City for like 5 years.
So how did you get your own apartment? You were still working at Wells Fargo?
Yeah, still working at Wells Fargo, and then tattooing. But by that time, I think I was tattooing.
Let me go tell them. Go ahead. I'm gonna go tell them to calm down a little bit.
I'll go tell them because I gotta use the rest.
Tell them to kick back. It's a little loud.
Yeah, that's Weddle. He's loud as fuck.
So that's, dude. That's a really impressive story. Like being in the like in the trailer, and then to where you are now.
Yeah, it's
crazy,
bro.
So from there you got your point. Then you were tattooing in the apartment.
Yeah. No. By that time, I had.
What year was this? You think?
This is like 2013, 2013 around there. 2012, and so yeah.
Dude, where you're at? How old are you now?
32.
So, for being as young as you, how long have you had your shop in Miami?
3 years, almost 4 years now.
In your 20s?
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. This kid's badass, dude. Yeah. Like, he definitely, you wouldn't, looking at him, you just, he's a young tattooer.
Yeah, not only the talent, but like the business acumen, the ambition. Of that. Yeah, and the ambition.
Now, I feel like I moved across country, and I didn't know anybody, bro. I knew one person.
So wait, let's, so we're going to finish on the West Coast, and then we're going to go to the East Coast. So you went from tattooing in the trailer, so tattooing at the shop, and they said, nah. And then you went to tattoo in the 12-person trailer, and then you left the 12-person trailer, and now you're in an apartment with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And how long did you do that for?
We were together for like 4 years. But I was tattooing. I was commuting to a shop in Livermore, which is like 45 minutes away from Redwood City, and so I was tattooing out of the shop now by that time. So I didn't really tattoo at the apartment with my ex.
Yeah.
That was already, by that time I had quit the bank and then went full-time tattoo artist. But I tattooed in Livermore, which was closer to Tracy. So I was commuting like an hour every day for like 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Wow. That's it. That's the hard work, the dedication, the doing double shifts, and that's what it takes, bro. I mean, we did that with this. Like, I worked tribal, didn't make any money, and had a full-time job and going to school all at the same time, doubles, triples, like whatever it takes. But
what job did you work, Bob, while you were trying to start tribal?
I was a janitor for a while, and then I worked. That's how I got through college. I was a janitor for San Diego City Schools for about 4 to 5 years. And then I worked for my family business. They had a little craft store here. My dad, they met my parents. I worked for them in their store for a couple years, 3 or 4 years. I worked in a copy shop for a little while. I worked in a car shop, like doing auto detailing for a while. But what pushed me through, and then my wife helped out a lot, while I was in college. She was she was making a lot more than I was. So that's what it was.
That's dope.
So yeah, but it was the janitor thing,
Yeah.
I was
the backstory on Bobby Tribal, the janitor.
As I was a college student, and that was after the college student.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so now how'd you get out of the apartment?
Well, we broke up.
Oh, what'd you do?
You had to get out, or you got out?
No, I got out. I was just young, and
she got sick of all your tattooing.
Well, because I never had a girlfriend in high school, and I always wanted to have that girl, And so when I met her, I was like my girl, like finally I got a girl, like a girl, you know what I'm saying, like a real fucking girlfriend.
That's cute.
Yeah. And so when we when whatever,
you guys hold hands.
I was just at the point, I think I was like 24-ish, 25. I just wanted to my career was kicking off, and we had our struggles, and I was like, you know what, I just want to be single, and I just want to kind of live my life,
spread my wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Good move, man, because it's young.
Yeah, I was young.
Yeah.
So you broke up, and now where'd you go?
I went back to Tracy with my parents, and then No, yeah.
Where were you tattooing?
Same shop. It used to be called the Ink Gallery Tattoo in Livermore. And then I was like their first hire when I started there. And then I was with them for 9 years. And I mean, we ended up being business partners at the end. Because one of their business partners left. And then my boy was like,
How old were you then?
Well, this is like 4 years ago. So I was with them. That was like my first shop. Actually, I always leave this part out. I don't know why, but I did tattoo a little bit in San Francisco, a little shop on Mission. I can't remember the name or anything.
Wow.
It was a only
Wait a
like
minute,
1%.
you can't remember the name of the shop you worked at?
In San Francisco. No, I was only there for maybe a week or two.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. I can't remember, bro. It's that part of my life. I don't know, for some reason it just like. Okay, I can't
blocked
remember.
it out.
But yeah, I was there for a little bit, and then I got the phone call from my boy that I used to play soccer with in college. He was like, "Hey, like the guys that I get tattooed by are looking for an artist," and I told him about you. Like, they wanted to like meet you. So like, all right, cool. So they called me and they're like, hey, bring your art, bring your tattoos or whatever, and let's see. So I did that. I showed up with all my drawings and framed shit. I took shit off my wall from my house. I didn't know what to expect, you know. I was just like, oh shit, shop, fuck yeah.
I did this in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys want to see.
He had
So
a
I brought
photo book
everything.
with all the bedrooms.
I did have a photo book though, like
With the bedroom.
oh
I
man.
did this one last week at 9:30.
Yeah, bro. So that's kind of like they're like, oh fuck yeah, like if you want to work here, we have space. Like you're our first hire. I'm like, fuck yeah. So
50-50?
Yeah, and at that time
Or 60-40.
it was rent. I think, bro. It was
Rent?
always rent.
Booth rent?
Yeah,
Ooh,
Yeah.
you got love.
always rent. I don't
That's
think
always
we
nice
ever
to
did
say.
percent. Yeah, I think it was $800 a month. Yeah. This is fucking,
Cool. One
yeah.
tattoo. You're
No, hell
the
no.
rest of
But
the
back then I was charging, I don't know, $50, $100 for
Shit.
chats. Like, yeah. I still have like
We can
flyers
talk
on my
about
Instagram. I don't really delete shit. So if you go down on my Instagram, I still have like flyers that I made, like $50, like come through, like come get tatted, you know?
I'm gonna see if it's still valid.
I saw your flyer that you posted. I'll be there on Tuesday. You better take that shit down, Blake. You know what I mean? Times have changed. Yesterday's price
That's hella funny.
is not today's
That's
price.
true, yeah. No, but you know what? I like to like leave that shit there because, you know, sometimes I like to just go
Yeah.
back and just like remember, you know.
Yeah.
Rent goes up every year, though.
So that was
Total
your
prices.
business. That became your business partner.
Yeah, but so I'm there. I left my ex and then just in Tracy, I'm tattooing there full time, traveling and stuff as well.
Were you brokenhearted?
For a little bit, yeah.
Oh.
But then it was fine.
A teenage love.
Yeah.
Oh, boom.
So what happened?
So no,
So you were at the shop. You became a partner, and then
yeah, I was there for a while. Became a partner, and I became a partner right before I was leaving to Miami. Like I was already decided that I was going to move
why
to Miami.
Miami?
My cousin Julio, he's a U.S. Marine, and he's been in service for like 20 plus years or whatever. And so he was going to retire. These were his last 4 years in service, and he had a choice to retire like in a bunch of places. And he was like, "Yo, like Miami's a place I can retire." He's like, "What's up?" And at the time, we are both single, and I was like, "Fuck, like, dude, I was like, if you," because I dated a girl from Miami for almost 2 years, and so I would fly back to Miami all the time, and just kind of hang out and party or whatever. So I love Miami, you know, and like we would go hang out in Wynwood a lot, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I was like, this place is amazing. Like the first time I went to Wynwood, I was like, holy shit, like what is this place? You know, I was like, one day I want to have a mural here, or one day I would love to live here. Like Miami's just always been a good vibe place that I dreamed of maybe one day. So when he told me that, it like clicked, because this is already something I had been thinking about before even knowing that I was gonna have a business. Like it was just like, damn, this place is cool, whatever. And then my cousin was like, yo, I might retire in Miami. I was like, dude, I'll go with you. Like, let's fucking go. I'll go for at least a year, and just
Wow.
and
you didn't know what you were gonna do, where you were gonna. So almost blindly,
nothing.
just went there.
Yeah. I was just gonna. So our plan was to get a penthouse
Oh shit.
And
No big deal.
well, I was doing good.
Yeah, I worked at Wells Fargo.
But this is like 10 years later.
Times have changed. Shot to that. Times have changed. Yeah.
Trailer park to fucking
Sip. Bobby
Jesus.
Sip.
Bobby Sips.
Oh, you already. Oh, yes, I would.
Johnny's is gone. Okay.
So the plan
Salute
was
to that. Salute to getting out the paychecks.
yeah, man, it's crazy. And so we that's our plan. I was like, so I'm gonna go for a year. We'll just rent a place, penthouse, and I'll just do kind of like private sessions, you know, on people, and I'll do like a whole like experience. I'll pick them up from the airport. I'll do like this whole we got the view and water, you know, this whole
Eric Marcinus
type
shit.
shit. Exactly. And yeah, he's huge inspiration, bro.
For sure.
And
Still.
that was still he's crazy.
Still.
So I was like, okay, let's do that. So I moved. We fly to Miami to check out like spots, and quickly we're like, yeah, no, this is not gonna work out. Like we need more space, you know. Like it was just too small, and we don't want to bump heads and shit like that. So we started to look at houses, and we found a house, or he found a house. And by that time, I was like, where the fuck am I gonna tap if we're not gonna tap in the penthouse? And I was like, I don't really want to tap at a shop, like. So my boy was like, well, why don't we just look into opening up a shop there? And I was like, oh shit, I didn't think about that, but it's not a bad idea. So
Very touristy spot too.
yeah, and but this is like I had no experience with business. I had never been. I'm not a business. I was just myself, you know, and just traveling. And
So
I really,
when you said you became a business partner with somebody, you let them handle all the financials?
no,
and
we went
everything?
half and half. Like
No, but you let them do all the work?
No. I mean, I had my ideas, you know, so I was just like, okay, let's do it, but we're going to switch the name. Like, we're going to rebrand. Like, I don't want to, you know, like, let's just do things differently. Like, I already had how I kind of wanted things.
Your vision, yeah.
Yeah, my vision. So I was like, so he was like, dude, okay, let's look at shops. So we go, and we find the last place that we saw wasn't the shop that it is now. And we were both like, this is it.
That's the
Like,
one.
this is the one.
Yeah, you know when you see something.
Yeah, I was like, bro. After that, I was like, we have to stay here. So we started.
You live there too?
Hmm?
Did you live in the building, or this was just the shop?
No, so this was the after we saw that the whole high rise thing wasn't gonna work out. That's when we were like, okay. Well, I was like, where the fuck am I gonna tap? And my boy was like, well, why don't you just tap? Why don't we open the shop? So I was like, oh shit. So that's how the whole shop thing in Miami started, because I wasn't really ready to open up a shop, especially in Miami. Like I didn't have any experience being a business owner or anything like that. So it was like, fuck. Like first of all, I don't know anybody here. Rent's fucking not cheap.
Yeah.
And I don't have
Expensive
clients.
as fuck.
So we bullshitted to the landlords. We had a whole interview, and I was like, oh yeah, we're worldwide. We have clients that we're booked. Like they're like, yeah, but you know, like you're upstairs and this and that. I'm like, don't worry, like we got it. And then they're like, okay, if you say you got it, then sign the lease. It was a 3-year lease, and I was like, fuck. Now now I have to stay in Miami for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm in my fucking house,
3
just
years
like
rent, everything.
everything. What if I don't? What if it doesn't work? Or like, what if I don't like it?
But bro, I think that's because of what we do. We either make it or break it, bro. And if it's up to your, like, if somebody else is supposed to help y'all and they let you down, that's on them. But if you're gonna help yourself out, it's hard to let yourself down.
Yeah.
So
That's
what
in my mind, I knew that I knew it would be fine. I knew I would be fine. That's why I decided I wasn't scared to move. It was just like the what ifs, you know. I was like, damn. So I was just planning to go for 1 year, and here I am having to sign a lease for 3 years. I'm the one taking the risk. I'm the one moving across country when I was already super chill here. Like I was booked out. I was, charging $2,500 a day. I was chilling. I didn't have to go anywhere, So now I have to fucking stay for 3 years, and I was like, damn, like. So I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, let's do it. So we signed the lease, and then I packed my shit, and I left. And it's been
fucking dope.
It's been a fucking.
But I think when it's a make it or break it thing for yourself, dog, you're always gonna make it happen. It just makes you make it happen more.
It's been
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to grind, or you won't make it. Like it's.
You know, it's a good thing when I go out of town, when I travel, I only bring like $500 with me, so I have to make money.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? Like I have to make money to get home because I only have a one-way ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
You only have a one-way ticket when you go?
Everywhere I go.
Really?
Yeah, me too. I literally bought my ticket yesterday to go back home.
Really?
Yeah, because that's how I ended up here. If I would have bought my ticket, I wouldn't be able to come here.
Been stuck.
I would have been stuck. Sorry, I can't go because I got my ticket already. But I'm always one way because you don't know what's gonna happen, and it's always.
And then you don't want to be on the phone for fucking 2 hours with the airline, changing your shit all around. Like, nah, fuck that. You just look at that. It's a little more expensive sometimes, but if you look at certain sites for certain shit, like you can find shit cheaper.
I've been doing one ways for pretty much my whole like travel career. Like travel career, but yeah. Like
how many countries have you been to now?
I just finished my passport.
Oh shit! All your pages.
They're all
cool.
stamped full. Yeah,
Dope. Stamp collector.
So I don't know how many, but it's been. I mean, for sure over like
Enough
30.
to fill it up. Yeah.
30?
Probably. Yeah,
That's
20, 25, 30. Yeah. Russia.
What's your favorite spot to go
I've
to?
been in Russia. My favorite spot. It just depends what.
For what?
Yeah, Italy.
People ask me the
I love
same
Italy.
shit.
It's beautiful. All of Italy is beautiful. I mean, Philippines is gorgeous.
My favorite spot for making money is different. My favorite spot to chill at,
exactly.
Like I love Greece, but there's no money there.
Yeah, Amsterdam probably top.
Yeah.
I have a lot of like friends and clients there, and it's fun. I really like it.
Money wise, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I can't really tattoo in Amsterdam.
No.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I went to Amsterdam. My first time tattooing out there. I went by myself, and I was at this expo, and that's kind of what started my clientele and stuff. And I was just by myself, and I remember seeing Sleeps there, and I was like, that was definitely from Cali, but I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anything of. I just saw him, and I'm like, I saw people going up to him and shit. And, I never said anything to him just because I was shy and I don't know why, but it's just funny that now he just did a mural or he did my whole shops.
The rafters.
Yeah,
that shit was dope.
and
It's a trip.
It's fucking
we were
crazy.
just talking about this in the podcast we did with Wedo and Chavo. It's the same sort of thing. Like these people they kind of organically come into your life, and it just kind of things just kind of evolve and go down
together.
Yeah, that's kind of.
It's been like 7 years since that.
Since you've been in Miami?
No. Since that first expo.
Oh, okay. How many years have you been in Miami now?
3, almost 4.
So you
almost 4 years.
You redid
4
the
years.
lease.
4 years. Yeah, I just resigned in June.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
I resigned. Yeah.
We have some plans hopefully for next year around this time for something we may be doing in Miami together. But we'll just kind of tiptoe around that one, and we'll put it out when we're ready to put it out. But hopefully
it falls through.
Something happen. But dude, look at this kid.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts.
But it's lifestyle. Like he's got an amazing lifestyle, and I know he's and obviously his business is doing well, and you've got an amazing team, and the sacrifices that you've made and taking this, dude, the 12 people in a trailer tattooing in a room that's he painted the walls and slept in. Wow,
we got to put the pictures up
having a badass studio called Green Avenue, right?
Green Avenue was the street.
Which he did the logo for, I might add.
Huh? Yeah.
I did do that. I did the logo.
He did the logo.
Yeah.
He told me, man, when we were out chilling one night, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Bob.
No,
but we were chilling out there in Japan. He was telling me we were having some drinks and shit, that he was searching for people to do the logo, and he was sending them shit. Like, I want it kind of like this. And then he figured out, well, fuck, I want it like this. And he did it himself. That's dope.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
I want it kind of, wait. Yeah, man, that's all I want.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's it, yeah.
And then I sent
Cheers to that, too.
Cheers.
Bobby's.
Sipperoo is done. Okay, Bob.
Bobby
Okay, shit. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, here's my beer, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Wait.
Gotta catch up to Bob. Shit.
Yeah. But Green Avenue was the street.
Why the name Green Avenue?
It's the street that I grew up on when I started to draw. Like when I started to like really draw, like I was like, holy shit, I love this. And I started copying like
Green Avenue.
Yeah, it
That's
just
dope. It goes with everything.
I was because I was. It took me like 2 weeks to find a name for the shop because I was like, what the fuck am I gonna name it? What am I gonna name it?
It's the simplest thing. It's the simplest thing in your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, well, I split with my business partner, which is my friend and everything, and we split. And so when I split, I was like, oh shit, like, well, he was like, oh, I'm keeping the name and this and that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I never even wanted it. Like,
I'll figure it out. Name.
Yeah. So I was like, what it was gonna be? And I started just to kind of think of something that meant something. I wanted it to mean something, you know? And I was like, maybe Las Rosas or Dos Rosas or something roses, because it was the first thing I tatted. I was like, it sounds, it's tattoo, whatever. I was thinking of the logo. I just kept digging, and I was like, where have I lived? And I was like, Green Avenue. I was like, oh shit, that sounds kind of cool. Green Avenue. And I was like, oh wait, that's where I started to draw. Like, when I used to copy like the lowrider Arte magazines, like me and my homie, we used to go buy the magazines and come back home and try and copy like whatever the people whatever art was on there, which was, you know, usually like Jose Lopez and all those guys. And that's kind of where my love for drawing started, was on Green Avenue. And the logo is graffiti, because the graffiti I did for DJ Designs got me into tattooing. So that's why you have the graffiti tag as the logo. Yeah, so the tag, my logo is the tag because of the graffiti that got me tattooing, and then Green Avenue is like where I grew up drawing. So kind of like that's what it is.
I like that.
How about inspiration? Who inspires you? What artists inspire you, or where do you draw inspiration?
I mean, obviously Instagram has been like a big tool, you know, growing up. Like, Instagram. I never really like I said, I didn't really grow up around tattoos or anything like that. So it wasn't until like later when I got into tattooing that I started to like dig in and, you know, get inspired by artists and just like, but yeah, obviously like, you know, Jose Lopez and Chuy Quintanar and all the Steve Soto,
all those dudes,
Steve Soto, all the guys from you know, pretty much everybody in LA, man. Honestly, just who was that time? It was 2011, 2012, 2013. Music was around.
Carlos Torres,
Big Me, yeah, Carlos Torres. Who else was doing like crazy shit back then? Yeah, but pretty much those guys. And I mean, there's so many. It's hard to think right now.
This dude's future is like, look at like how far he's come and the just his motivation. And I think because again, like we've said earlier, like just being able to communicate with people and being cool and being likable and having a good time and use, you know, the basics.
That's what it's about.
The basic shit, like, you know, using your manners and respecting people and not being, you know, but man, that's badass. And so we're going to transition over to, Mr. Flaks.
Mr. Flaks. Right.
I almost want to get another beer for that.
Well, go ahead.
I'll go grab it.
Johnny's going to grab it.
So, grab four.
I'll have one more.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Two for me, two for you.
Yeah. So
that means two, right?
Yeah. Two.
So you grew up here in San Diego, right? Your whole life?
Come on, Bobby, you know that.
I know, but the people don't know. Come on, man. We got to pretend.
Yeah, I'm a San Diego native.
That's right.
You know?
And what was that like?
It was cool. It was cool up to a certain point. And then when I decided to move, it was a lot better because of how I look, of course. You know what I mean? This is like more socially acceptable, I guess. And a lot of people more look like me in LA, so I never got fucked with by the cops over there. Down here, they've been knowing who I am. They know I don't have a license. They know all this shit. So I recently got fucked with. Like,
didn't have a license.
Didn't. Do now.
Yes. I know.
Let's make that.
I know all his challenges.
Yeah.
The first challenge was... Well, there was the driver's license. Then there was the hoops you had to jump through for the passport.
You know, homie, honestly, to tell you, dog, early on, I don't know if I ever told you this, but it was like super embarrassing for me to tell you Because when you're doing drawings for somebody like you
Thank you.
and getting paid, you don't want to tell them your faults. You know what I mean? So it was like, you're like, hey, your passport ready, bro. We're going to Philippines. I'm like, my money's kind of funny right now, Bob. I can't go. You're like, no, I'm going to pay for everything. I got you. And I'm like, fuck, now I got to tell them the real deal. You know? It was like, look, my shit's fucked up, bro. I can't go. I got to work on some things or what have you. But, you know, we're over here now. We got it worked out, man. Everything
Man,
good.
this guy.
This is a long time coming, but, you know, good things come to those who wait. And I just felt like
work hard, too.
I had to marinate a little while because I've already been invited to go to all these shows over there to where you have to be invited to go. I just couldn't go. So now that I feel like my shit got marinated long enough that when I do go, like I hella got appointments over there too.
Yeah.
So everything works out for a reason, you know?
And it was a trip, like going out to, we were going out to Germany, and Flaks was already there, and he wasn't there for the show. He had already been there. He was staying there.
Yeah.
Flaks had a German crew that was German homies and Russian dudes, and this whole crew that he was already rolling with, like badass artists.
Yeah,
homies,
real good homies, like real good. Maxime Primo, Fansta, all them homie Alex from fucking Pop Boys, my boy Inkle, the chubby dude you say you cool. Like, cool as fuck. You know what I mean? My homie, there's a gang of them out there, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
And he was so comfortable. Like, he was so comfortable, and then everybody was like,
don't you feel more comfortable out there, though?
Yeah.
And it's like the cops don't even have guns. Like, come on, man. Like, shit, I'm super comfortable over there.
And there's no drama because people don't know who you are.
At the most that's going to happen is a fight. It's like a fist fight. You're not going to get shot or stabbed. Maybe stabbed, but, like, you're not getting shot.
Not really,
But and then after you fight, you have a beer together, right?
Yeah. But there was
I don't know. I never got no fights out there.
Even in Japan, when we arrived in Japan, like I didn't know he was going to be out there. Yeah. Like we were just, in Japan, and Flaks had already been out there for like a week or more.
And I went Tokyo for 5 days, and I went Okinawa for 5 days, and then I knew you and Ames and him are coming, so I was like, fuck it. Like the cheapest day to go back was like on the 4th. So I was like, cool, I can go back see the homies and then come home.
Yeah. So we all hung out there, but I guess he had every reason to, not every reason, but he kept grinding and grinding and grinding, and he knew what he wanted, his focal points, and he had to jump through a lot of hoops, to get
fire hoops, rings of fire. I'll tell you right now, bro. Hey, that shit wasn't easy, bro. Honestly, dog. Honestly,
I know
the shit was not easy, bro. But with persistence and buckling down and doing shit the right way, man, I made it happen. And it was through certain opportunities that it came aroused to being able to happen. So luckily, when the things did come around and I had the money for all that. I was able to pay the arrears program. I was able to pay for my DUI shit. I was able to do all these things to where I was able to be a stamp collector.
Yeah.
And that shit is dope.
That's the best. I mean, the stamp collecting is, that's something I've always loved to do. I still love to do. And one thing that I not just recently, but I knew there's a lot to do and see from a car, like, or from, you can get in a car and you can go to Arizona. I love the train. You could go to Arizona, you go to New Mexico, you go to Texas, you can go to Colorado, you can go to Utah, you can go up to Washington, you can go to Oregon, you can go, I'm not really familiar to be really, east of Texas, I've been to New York, I've been to Chicago, Illinois, I've been to Connecticut, New England, I've been to, but I haven't never been to Miami, never been to Florida.
Never been to Miami yet?
No, that's weird, huh? But
that's super weird.
But I'll tell you what,
though.
That is super weird.
But I'll tell you what, like my wife and I will jump in an RV and you can go to, just going up California, coming down the coastline.
Are you talking driving or flying?
Driving.
Oh, okay.
Going to Zion, going to Sedona.
I brought a monkey back from Florida.
Going to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Places like that are like insanely beautiful, and you don't need your passport.
Yeah.
But there's so much. I guess what I'm getting at, there's so much beauty and so much cool shit to experience and see here. And me being a fan of southwestern parts of the United States, or the western states, and just that whole. My family's all from Texas, so I'm comfortable, with that lifestyle and people. But it's badass, dude. And Johnny will tell you the same thing, because Johnny's Native American. Like Johnny, he's experienced a lot of really cool shit, going to conventions and seeing different communities and different.
Yeah.
You go to reses like in the middle of nowhere, like it's a different. Like you're in the U.S., but it's somewhere different.
Yeah. So it's badass, dude. Like if you're a little bit strapped, or like Flaks is saying too, get on a train.
Yeah.
The trains in Europe are some of my best. I think about my dad a lot when I'm riding trains. Like I bring my dad with me all the time when I go overseas. I have a little urn with his ashes, and I bring them and I sprinkle them everywhere, because he was in the military. He got to go certain places, but he never got to travel the world like I'm doing.
Wow,
so I take them with me everywhere, and I put them everywhere with me.
Really?
That's
cool.
legit.
So you just have like quiet time with them, and
I have conversations with them. And I mean, you don't talk back, but I talk to him.
Yeah.
Of
course. Wow.
I listen to like fucking Leonard Skinner, Freebird on the fucking train and shit like that. Like shit he used to listen to.
Yeah.
And it makes me think.
That's cool. Your dad, like, I love Leonard Skinner.
Fuck yeah.
That's badass. I didn't know that.
Huh.
So it's a little small urn?
Bought it on Amazon. It's like this big. I have a certain amount of his ashes at my house that I don't bring with me, because if it's highly illegal, by the way. What? You're not supposed to bring ashes to another country and do that. Oh, shit. But if they catch you, they're going to take them. So I don't put all of it. I just put a little bit, enough to,
That's what I would want. My ashes worn everywhere.
He's been quite a few places, Yeah. He's been to Greece.
Back
he's been
to the
Spain. He's been to Europe, like fucking London, Germany. Yeah, he's been everywhere I've been.
He was in the service?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about where I put him. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's it's a trip you say that, because when I travel, I get sometimes I get like that, especially early on, like not as much as before, but I would get like sentimental, like think of my parents, like look at where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's because of the way that I was brought up, and I understand the reason that I'm in this situation or doing what I'm doing is because of the discipline and the upbringing and the work ethic and making my ass work and go to school and get up in the morning. That they
instilled that in you,
exactly. And I understand that. So now, and I would I still, like when I travel, I check in and I whatever, get back and show them pictures or whatever it is. But that's a trip, dude. That you do that. That's badass. Yeah. So where do you want to go?
Oh, Bali. I want to go Bali. I want to go Bangkok.
I got people there for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. We got real good people. Oh, cool homies.
Like Nori?
Yeah, like Nori. His name's 81. Shout out to homie 81 out there. And his name's Bush. He's in Wahin. And
in Bali we have Sweda.
81.
The guy that does rings and stuff. Yeah, he was out here not too long ago.
Yeah. He's out there.
But Bali's been always like a destination point for me, just because I've seen the shit on the internet. It's like super cheap. Like this.
Take me with you.
Good.
Come on, bro. You already know you can go.
Oh, look at these guys are travel buddies now.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people that down. Exactly.
No, you got to travel with somebody that's like-minded.
You just go with the flow, right? You just
whatever. Sizes. I've traveled with heavier people, and they want the AC on all night, and I'm like freezing. That's important, because these are the things you don't think about all the time while you're traveling. You know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
And people that
wake up in the morning freezing my ass
that'll make the lobby call. Yeah. Like, hey, we lobby at 8. We're gonna come back.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Bobby every day in Japan.
Yeah, but because then we get lost. Let's go. They're gonna pick us up.
We hit Starbucks like at 6, right?
Yeah, it was always like Starbucks. If I'm not here in the morning, you already know where the Starbucks is, and you just walk up and pull up, and we're at the Starbucks. And then
Japan was super dope, bro.
Yeah. Japan was a whole shout out to Satoshi, Nori. Like just a
shout out to all the travel clique in Japan, man.
Yeah, man.
That was a good time. The fucking car show, everything, bro.
Yeah, Japan's a trip.
I'm glad I went back. I'm glad the fucking cheapest ticket was on the 4th, bro, because it was a whole, I had an experience the few days I was in Tokyo first, then I went to Okinawa. Bro, did I tell you? I made a post about like I always tell the homies, like, I'm out of here, dog. I gotta go to karate class. I say that all the time, like, just fucking around. So when I made the post going to Japan, I put the search for sensei, like as a joke. The motherfucker I hooked up in Okinawa, his last name, guess?
Sensei.
Miyagi.
Oh shit.
He showed me his ID, dog. I was like, get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here, bro.
Hell yeah.
So I did find sensei on the trip.
How was I've never been to Okinawa.
Hawaii vibes.
It's tropical.
Really?
It's like Hawaii.
Yeah.
Really?
It's way different than Tokyo. It's like you're in Hawaii.
Quiet time.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Is it? Where'd you
And
stay?
a lot of American people.
Is it nice
because
to
it was
stay
like,
there?
Military.
Where I stayed, the room, it was right next to the bar that the homie that brought me down there. His name Little Banana, the bar. But he's
listen to this.
he's Japanese, so he thought he was naming it Little Havana, but he named it Little Banana on accident because of the language difference, and then he just stuck with it after that. But it was funny because in the bar is all like Scarface, fucking like Havana shit,
Cuban shit.
but it's Little Banana. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you own it.
lost in translation.
Super dope though. Cool ass Duna. Flaki-san.
And they serve
all
lunch.
the time. They serve shots of fucking what is it?
That snake stuff.
The snake, yeah. I was like
Flaks was looking for.
I was like, fuck no. And then I was like, you know what, fuck yeah. I'm gonna try different shit, dog. Cause what is experiences without trying new shit?
Yeah.
That's Adrian.
And then we had that too. We did that too, baby.
We had it.
We had that in that one we told you about, that other little duck off bar.
Yeah.
They had that there too. We were like, hey, you don't have no sambuca, no nothing.
I tell you what, I know this guy's a straight champ. Adrian?
Yeah, he surprised me that morning.
Yeah.
I was like, he's toast.
I remember you told me.
Yeah, he's
But
not
he comes
going to
out,
be
he's like, hey,
too good.
What's up, guys?
He did have his sunglasses on, though. He did have his sunglasses
But
on.
he was like 100%. Like, let's go. I'm down.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Look, my mind is like, all right, I'm in fucking Japan. I'm with Bobby. I'm with Flaks. I'm with the whole crew.
Yeah.
I'm here for only 5 days.
yeah,
Let's go.
do the
Yeah.
most.
Like, what am I gonna sit here? It's a mind. It's really a mind thing, bro. Like
That headache is real, though, when you get them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what's crazy?
But
Japan really let me know how out of shape I am. Just from walking around. Because we leave, go meet him at Starbucks at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we're walking around. We come back to the room at what? 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock? So we're on our feet all day, dog. I'm like, oh my God, my dogs are barking, bro. Like, my back hurts, everything. Like, I got to start doing some shit to make my shit feel better.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
How is your back? A lot of tattooers have
85
back
years
problems. That's what you were saying. Like, how's your back?
Same. It's cool, but like just yesterday, I it's always like some random little moves that you do that you might.
You're like,
like hold on, I gotta chill because if you one more little, you're stuck and then you're done.
I pay attention now to the way tattooers tattoo. I think sometimes they move the client they move themselves instead of moving the client.
Yeah.
They'll reposition themselves instead of repositioning the client.
Yeah.
They do it every day, so it's easy instead of
No, I
going
got
like
back
this
after.
to just move the client.
Yeah.
But
Like-
then you might be leaning over them this way, like tattooing all fucked up, and that's what fucks your back up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But it might be easier for you to do that, but it might, like you said, there's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
But then you be like this.
Yeah.
Work smarter.
It's the love. No, I mean it's like you're if you really care about what you're doing, you want to get in there the best. You know, not the best for your back, but the best for the work.
The best to see what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
Yeah, because
It's fucked up.
Luke and Tim and there's a lot of tattooers that have had surgery.
Justin Burnett. I just talked to my boy Justin
he
Burnett
was
the other
there,
day, and he just had back surgery. He's been having super bad back pain for like the last few years. I hit him up the other day when I was on the way down here to get this. I hit him up on the Uber.
Yeah.
Flaks is a collector of fine jewelry and watches.
And watches. Nah, I just barely got my first rollie.
Oh,
That's the first one?
You were just
Yeah.
talking about
First
that
one.
in Japan.
Shout out to the homie Sammy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sammy.
yeah. I told you, Adrian. You gotta.
I was.
Yeah, remember I was
Come
telling
on,
you
bro.
about him.
Come on, man.
Come
I got
on,
no
man.
jewelry, dog.
I've been telling
But
you.
Sammy's like this. He'll put out all the shit in front of you and be like,
But you had met him already? Or no?
huh?
You
Nah, I've been knowing Sammy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he's a different individual.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll give you enough rope to hang yourself. He'll like set all this shit next to you. And he'll be like, oh, look, this goes real nice with this. And then I'll be like, yeah, you're right. And I'll put it on. Be like, yeah, all right, put it on the tab, play. Because he knows it's money in the bank, dog. It's a smart thing to do.
Yep. That's what I tell people too. It's money in the bank. Like if you get a nice one, it's like you're not doing anything else. So Flaks, what about how'd you start tattooing?
I broke my leg, and I fell into this shit on accident. Actually,
yeah.
What were you doing before?
I was fucking with my homie Chucky. I had him in a headlock. I went to throw him on the ground, but he put his leg in front of my leg. So I heard like within my whole body, I heard that like my leg snap, and I went this way. And then after that, that's when Scotty Dagger opened up SD Tattoo. Me and Ames started at the same place.
This one, shout out to homie Ames. The one right here?
Aimer, the gamer.
That's right.
You
California Ames.
You just did my yes tat.
Yeah, you did. This right here, right? The one on G Street or F Street?
Yeah. It was downtown. Yeah, it was right next to Pokies.
Yeah.
Shout out Pokies too. Shout out Rafa. Shout out fucking
his brother.
His whole family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mom, dad, brothers, everything.
So what happened? So you broke your leg.
Broke my leg, fell into that shit. Didn't start tattooing there. I would just hang out there. You know what I mean? I would get tattooed, or I would draw him logos, and he's all like, what do you want? Like, you want me to pay you for this shit? Like, tattoo you some more or what? And I was like, nah, just show me how to use that machine. Because I saw what the fuck was happening from being around. I was like, oh, this fool got a cool job. You don't really got to check in. Fucking pull up in a lowrider tattoo some people, leave whenever he wants, fucking come back whenever he wants. I was like, oh, that's my kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know? That I felt like...
Did you have any kind of job before tattooing?
Construction. But, child support and all that shit would take a lot of my money. I would get, instead of getting like an $800 check, I would get an $80 check. So...
That's fucked up. Yeah.
It was like, man, they want you to pay child support, but they take all your money and then expect you to still pay the shit and they take your driver's license, everything. Like, it's kind of fucked up. Like, I don't know how that works.
How are you supposed to fucking live?
Yeah. Luckily, I got into tattooing to where I didn't get a check and I didn't get garnished. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was able to still get bread. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I had to figure that shit out. It was a rough road, bro. Honestly.
So, wait. So, as far as getting into it, so you went, who apprenticed you, or did you learn yourself?
I didn't really have.
And what about letters?
I think when I started, it was the last of like the biker era shit. Like, people didn't want to really show you shit. Like, the people you introduced me to, like Franco and everybody, they were more knowledgeable than anybody else. Yeah, you know what I mean. And they weren't haters either. You introduced them to they were knowledgeable. They wanted to show you.
Huh?
You introduced him to Franco?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, before he even made tattoo machine. Yeah. Damn. Crazy.
Yeah, he was a kid, dude. He was like one of these youngsters right here. Yeah.
Shit. I was like under 20 when I met Bob.
Yeah, it's like some of the kids that are here now, I'm telling you, like some of them are just,
Sosa's out there.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out.
I text him. Shout out Sosa. Stop drinking.
Yep. And
only drink a little bit.
Yeah. And not at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, it's just you live and learn and you make mistakes and you keep it moving
But I think mistakes are good too, dog. Like, even when people ask me like, what about the shop you had in San Diego? I was like, bro, that's 7 years I know of what of not to do. Oh, yeah. And that's valuable information too. You know what I mean? Because if you see your homie about to step on a pile of shit, you'll be like, hey, move around that shit, because you know already. Yeah.
That's I tell people that all the time. There's individuals in my life that I tell them, I learned a lot from that dude, or I learned a lot from that person. Yeah. It's learned what not to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you take it as a lesson learned and you keep it moving, because you have to learn something. You have to take away something.
Out of every situation, bro, you got to learn something. But whether it's bad or good. Yeah. And you could turn a bad situation into something good, too.
Yeah. And Flaks also knows now, like, see him traveling and seeing everything, like the last day we were in Japan, like what he's loading up on at Don Quixote. What'd you call that place?
Don Quixote?
No.
No, yeah, Ames is calling
Ames, what is it?
The spot right there?
Yeah, the big giant store.
Yeah.
What was Ames calling it?
Was it Don Cojito, or
it is like Don Quixote.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah. But
That place is
but
crazy. That's like
what-
Walmart on steroids
Yeah.
plus like sex shit.
Flaks is loading up on candy and stuffed animals
Hello
and little
Kitty
things,
stuff.
Hello Kitty things.
Well, I
and-
bought my granddaughter about $500 worth of Hello Kitty shit, and it's super dope because it's Hello Kitty shit from Japan.
Yeah.
It's not like Hello Kitty
Yeah.
shit from the mall here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bought her a Hello Kitty stuffed animal doll with a little Komodo thing on.
Yeah.
But I bought her the same Komodo to wear.
yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we were stopping by getting those cheese balls, remember? Buy all the things.
Yeah.
I bought it right there. I bought her the
that
Komodo
was,
thing.
that was the
by
Nasakusa.
the-
Yeah.
Where- by the
temple.
knife.
By
Yeah.
the temple.
I used my knife the other day.
See, look, how dope is that we can see her talk about being in
Huh.
Japan at a temple, bro?
You know what I was telling Isaac yesterday? To me, what's a
Mind
trip,
blowing.
and this might sound weird and to anybody that's not listening, is you can be somewhere, anywhere in the world, and find a way to navigate right back to your bed,
Yeah.
to this chair. Like you can,
Yeah.
we can navigate, and once you do it
That's crazy.
10 times,
It's-
or
yeah.
Yeah,
you
see,
think about it. Like there's people that go, one day I want to go to Japan. Fucking go.
Yeah.
It's easy.
How do you get around there? How do you even talk to them?
Just
How do
go.
you-
But
Just
look,
go.
Yeah.
you got to realize this, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I've also thought about that often, too. But you got to realize most people that idolize what we do, you know what I mean? They have regular jobs. So they, first of all, got to ask for the time off.
Yeah.
Second of all, they got to have the money saved up
See
to
how
be able to
he
do
just
it.
found a way around.
You know what I
coming.
mean?
Bob, don't be an asshole.
Literally.
It just takes more time.
but I'm just
Okay,
saying.
he's right.
But
He's right.
But I used to think about that,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But
Like,
regardless, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
honestly, the
Yeah,
average
you're right.
person, they gotta set a time aside.
Yeah.
They, first of all, gotta have the money. They gotta have the time off, and then they
you're
gotta
right,
be able
dude.
to go.
I take that back. Well, my boss is cool.
But
Your boss
regardless,
is cool.
Yeah, my
How's
boss,
your
my
boss
boss
is
hella cool.
cool.
He
That's
let
cool.
me
My
go
boss-
wherever,
yeah,
whenever.
that's cool.
I don't even gotta ask.
Yeah,
I'm
But
pretty
still,
sure
I
you
mean,
don't
No,
either.
you're right. You're right. It is. It's.
But that's
we're-
why
we're
people
fortunate to-
look at the Instagram the way they do, and they live through you and be able to see the things that you're doing because you can, and they can't.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way by any means,
Yeah.
but
just know that almost
just
everybody.
know that I'm living it for you.
Yeah, and
There you
our
go.
but it's our
No.
business too, and it's our job.
Well, I mean, saying regardless, I think it. If you've never traveled like that, just know that almost everybody speaks English, and I think people don't really know that. You know what I'm saying? So if you've never traveled, just go wherever you want, and you'll get around because everybody speaks English
Pretty much.
a little bit, at least,
yeah.
at least to
Pretty-
get around.
I think France is
and there's
a little
apps to help. You know, there's a lot of shit.
Oh,
that,
there's a lot of apps now.
So
I
it's-
use Google Translate a
Google
lot.
Translate. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know, like, let's say you just take a picture and it
How
tells
much is
Yeah.
55,000 yen in American dollars?
Yeah,
Siri will tell you right away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
So-
you could use your glasses,
Yeah, there you go.
your monoculars.
Or they just point. You just point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
or
the
yeah,
number.
it's like vibes. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
For me, so it's the money, understanding the money.
Yeah, yeah, that's
like
hard,
you
yeah.
just okay. Well, you know that
That's
X-
monopoly money.
Yeah.
You just spend whatever.
Dude, or you
don't
yeah,
know
you
what it
oh
is.
here.
or you have like
Well,
400 bucks.
6,000 US dollars is $1 million yen.
Like flying-
so you could be a millionaire if you trade in 6,000
Yeah.
in Japan.
Flaks is
But it's
telling-
really only 6,000.
Tell the story about when you're throwing the coins and he didn't know.
Oh, the first time I went to Rome, that was fucked up. I'm at the Trevi Fountain throwing coins over my shoulder
Yeah.
because they tell me like face backwards and throw the coins over your shoulder. And the homie's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What? I'm just throwing change." Yo, bro, you just threw like $30. I didn't know there were $2 euros. I was like, "Oh, fuck."
30 euros.
Yeah,
That's like $50. Okay.
exactly. I was like, "Oh shit, man."
Did your wish come
I didn't have to get jacked by no gypsies. I was jacking myself. You know,
But hey, those
the,
are
the
the
gypsies are alive and well.
But look at
around
that- that's-
you just
that-
gotta watch out.
that's
Yeah.
the beauty of traveling. We get to say these
Figure it
stories,
out.
figure it out,
Figuring
and,
it out,
and
dog.
then you
It's
laugh
a
about
nice
it.
thing,
Like,
too.
damn, I was out there throwing fucking coins, like you know, and so
Yeah,
it's
straight up.
cool to struggle and get out there and,
and
just
the
see shit.
industry is so. I mean, I don't know the word. Great, beautiful, just dope, whatever you want to call it. To be out there and go like, oh shit, Adrian's out here, and Franco's out here, and Flaks
Yeah.
is out here, and
Like-
you know,
like-
Jose's out here, and Chewy's out here, and you know, all the
Sounds like the
everybody's out-
bishop dinner.
Yeah, and yeah, no, everybody.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, everybody's out here, and Adrian's got a backpack full of tequila for 6 o'clock, and we're all just gonna hang out, and they're gonna bring us trays of, you know, like,
Yeah.
and we're all
Bro.
working. It's our job.
And then we come back
But
home.
look,
It's
but
your job.
you got to think of it like this too. This is the way I think of it. we've worked this hard for this long to make that shit happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is not just giving.
It's not.
Yeah.
These
And
things don't just come up.
And like you
naturally.
said, you've jumped through fire hoops, and I've fallen on my face, so many times. I've been doing this shit for 35 years. That's just the tribal part. That's not the janitor part. And that's not the college part. And
It's
that's
not the real struggle.
Everything that I had to do to get to the struggle before the struggle, and then now to be able to do this and go out there with. And it's cool because you go out there and there's youngsters out there like Adrian or like dudes that are like, what, dude, really? Like, what are you doing? And he's right there in the mix and chilling and it makes me happy to see when there's, if there's European kids out there, like shout out to the homies, Maco's boys, the Kindamo, Bosco, and all
Pasco
these
Loco, shout out Pasco Loco.
badass dudes, family.
Shout out Piro, shout out everybody at Ambition Inc. in Milan. I mean,
all these
Jaws.
all these dudes that are youngsters out there, but that's their backyard. They get on a train or they can. But for us, it's like it's a mission. It's it's a hotel. It's a flight.
you know what's
it's a
weird
train.
as fuck?
It's like,
Here, I never think about taking a train, but there it's like
no, because it's different. The system's just so
the ICE train. Like,
So anywhere in Europe is like that, but also in Japan and so many other countries, like you can jump on a train and do whatever. How are we doing for time there, Johnny?
No, we're at 120.
Okay, I think we got to cut this, but what we got to do is we got to get you back down, like just kind of, or anytime you want to.
I'm gonna make it a regular thing.
I think Flaks would be good to even host a podcast. Like I'll just shut the fuck up and let him, like maybe have him have a conversation with, and this would be a great conversation with Isaac and Edmar.
Let me do that one.
That conversation, or the conversation with Ames, or a conversation with some of these cats that have
history.
And these are dudes that I'm and we're all, Flaks included, is super proud of they have a story similar to what you have, like especially Isaac and Ames, and there's youngsters in the building that are still learning or making their their names.
Tribal has always been a big melting pot to me, bro.
Thank you, Bobby, for
welcome.
Always having the magic eye, homie, since back in the day to recognize talent, homie.
I appreciate that.
It's you brought a lot of people from not having it to having it, bro.
I appreciate that.
And I commend you on that, bro.
Thank you, Holmes. I appreciate that. I love you guys. But that's who we are. You know what I mean? It's not just what I do. It's what we do collectively, and somebody coming up, hey, meet the homie. Like this is the homie.
It's connecting the dots, bro.
It's connecting what's happening in the room behind this wall. Like it's everybody. That's what we do. That's
natural.
What we are. Yeah,
it's natural now.
It's natural. It's organic. It's just how we roll, and it's genuine.
Yeah,
for
straight up.
And as I always tell people, it's corny and cliche, whatever, but it's real shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's
true. Yeah, I think that's why
it ain't corny if it's real. Shit.
I think that's why like God continues to bless you and people that are genuine and people that aren't out there, just being who they are, and everything just comes.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, bro, and I agree with that too. And everybody's. I mean, you look at us. Anybody looks at us wherever we are, is they don't know that everybody's fucking nice.
Yeah. Like they see everybody all tatted up and shit. Like, what's these guys?
Everybody's nice. And it's cool, and nobody's bullying anybody or just it's cool.
I think it's everyone wants to see everyone else succeed, right? And
at our age,
good people help good people.
At our age,
right?
Yes.
So how can you go wrong? You can't fail.
Just everybody just wants to
collaborate. Bobby's always been like that since I met him. He's always wanted to bring people up. He's always wanted to see people succeed and do their best, man. And he brings them up to that level.
That's how we met.
That's Bob.
Bobby, we linked up on some real genuine, because Bobby was real nice to me. Like we didn't know each other at all. We just met, and right away he was like what's up? It was just like the vibes was real, genuine, and nice.
I'll tell you with that too, is like, because you're Chicano, and for us to be out there, and be like, who's this little fucking?
It's different. Because you see a lot of people doing Chicano, but they're not from the West Coast.
Right.
They're from
where'd this guy come
You know what I mean? But they're dope as fuck. They ain't taking nothing away from them. But
And how come I never
It's a
heard of
little
him?
bit different.
who's this
you know
little
what I mean?
Chicano?
And what's he out here? Gods of Ink, and look at this shit. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
And he ain't tattooing here. He just came to hang out.
And
That's even more impressive,
and get
bro.
people
Because you
drunk.
came out here not to make more money. You came out here just to hang out.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
It's important, you
and
know.
to distribute the
And I'm chatting next year.
Are you?
Yeah.
Popcorn player.
So that's so. If you're listening to this podcast and you're in wherever you're at,
Get your ass out there and get a tattoo. Bullshit. No, I'm just playing.
But
Come get tatted by the
hopefully
homie.
we'll all be out at Gods of Ink again, and we're gonna try to do something.
Hopefully. You ain't going?
I said, I take it day by day, and I'll do my best. I really want to go. I hope to go.
But Miami's
something
next year.
Miami's something else. Too.
Hell yeah.
There's
Be
a
out
couple
there.
things out on the radar right now. Right now there's the Philippines, Hong Kong, Miami,
Ooh, I want to go to the Philippines.
Wait.
Miami, Europe.
Bob, could we
Well,
go to the
yeah.
Philippines? Hey, you know what to ask him.
It's a group package.
If we both ask him right now, he can't.
But it's not going to be. It's not going
Bob.
to be. I don't know if they're actually going to do the big convention this year. If the big convention is happening this year, then I'll do my best to get whoever I can get out there within their the budgets and everything. But if
they pay y'all
if
to
the
be?
Dutan happens this year, but then the other thing is I have some business to take care of in Hong Kong. Then hopefully I make it out there. But I'm going to try to put those two trips together. But I definitely Gods of Ink and Miami. Yeah, because we have a project that we're going to try to start working on too.
Yes, sir. So
Johnny Sweats always says too much.
Big things coming 2025, man. Be on the lookout. Tribal gear, man.
2025 is fucking stupid.
2025.
Shout out to
Tribal gear. So what is that? 36 years now, then, right?
Yeah, it'll be
25 is just a good number, you know.
Damn.
That's gonna be a good 25. It's I like that number.
25.
I wish I was 25 again.
What's 25?
25.
20,
What I knew now at 25.
25.
Yeah, it just sounds nice. It's
Over.
like it's a. I don't know. I just have
I
a good
hope
feeling.
so.
Yeah,
25.
It's a quarter.
you know.
It's 7.
It's a quarter.
I look for 7s everywhere. 25.
Mhm.
7s follow me. 7s, everything's like that's just weird. My driver's license ends in 4 7s.
My
Do you ever
Oh,
get
shit.
plane tickets that your seats like some
sevens,
7?
I got 7s.
Huh?
Like
My-
I was born in.
I get that all the time with 32. I see that all the time everywhere, and they say it's the signs. You gotta look at them.
Numerology.
my boy's daughter's
Bro,
name is
all the
7.
time I look at my clock
The
at
guy
night,
just tatted.
I'll see 752, and that's SKA. 752. Like all the time on my watch. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like,
That's
yeah.
weird.
620. All right.
We fucking out of here.
That's right. Adrian, what's your IG?
AD tattoos, just like that. ADTATTOOS.
All right. And if anybody wants to get at you, just DM you.
DM me. Visit my website. If you want to get tatted, it's the best way. Go on my website, fill out the form. We'll get back to you.
Fill out a form? Fancy. You fancy, huh?
Well, it's not because I'm fancy. It's because
He's professional.
no, I'm always doing something. I'm always
Did you
busy
say
or whatever.
whore?
And so it's really hard to get back to everybody. And people got questions, and I just forget to get back. And so I was like, I'm losing money by not getting back to all these people. So let me hire somebody to do everything. And
You have a
then
manager?
not a manager, but yeah, like they take care of all the bookings and shit. So anytime you want to get
That's a
tatted,
manager.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's a manager.
It's
It's new to me. It's new. After like 13 years, like I was like, you know what?
Not like a manager, but
Yeah, but
takes
it's
care of
definitely
my shit.
We'll get. They'll definitely
that's
get back.
nice.
That's the best way. They'll get back to you, and then they'll hit me up like, "Hey, what do you think about this?"
How much you pay him a month? Don't lie, cause we on a stream.
I actually give them a percentage of every person they book.
Oh,
That's better than what I've heard. Because I've heard of people paying like $4,000 a month, $3,000, $6,000 a month. Like, yeah.
No, they get 10%.
Like, damn, how much tattoos are you doing a month to be able to pay this motherfucker
lot.
$6,000? You know what I
A
mean?
lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I just do percentage. So if it's up to like they want to book,
It's a good
they get
incentive
yeah,
for them.
exactly.
To,
Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Fuck it.
Flaks.
So
how,
Flaks,
you, how you
what's
get tatted by Flaks though?
Yeah, that's right. What's that IG?
What?
What's your IG?
Fuck you 32 at comeinyourmouth.com. No, I'm just playing.
Come on.
No.
Flaks32G. That's it.
Flaks 3
Instagram. That's all I got. I don't got no fucking Facebook, Twitter, and none.
Shout out
That's
to
it.
Tribal Lager.
Shout out to all the tribal beers we brought
Tribal Lager.
tonight.
You know, shout out to that. If you haven't tried Tribal Lager, I recommend you try it. We just
too.
don't.
It's
we
so
just,
good.
We
Very
just-
good.
And
It's
you know
really
what?
good.
Really, we don't put our logo on just any pendejada, anything stupid, or just anything because we worked.
This ain't no course.
Yeah, we
delicious.
worked on this flavor profile. Dave Lively and the people at Fall and myself. We had an idea of what we wanted the beer to taste like, how drinkable we wanted it to be. It's not an IPA; it's a lager. It's
Nah,
easy
it's
to
good.
drink, so you can drink it like you would drink any other lager.
But it still has flavor.
and
To
good.
me, it tastes like a little Japanese beer, but lighter.
we
lighter.
call it a worldwide lager because it doesn't taste like a Mexican lager exactly.
No.
It doesn't
Yeah.
taste exactly like a Japanese lager, European lager.
Yeah, it's
German lager.
lighter.
true.
It's like that, but lighter.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
you just
fucking
got to
bomb.
try it for yourself. So go
That's
pick
right.
up some at Bevmo or your
That's right.
nearest store where it's local.
Wine,
You know
was
what I
that
mean?
Wine Plus Wines?
Wine. No, what is it? Wine.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
You can find it at a lot of
Just-
liquor
just
stores.
go get it
But if you go
wherever
to
you can.
triballager.com, there
Ooh.
is a finder on there. So you put in your city, your zip code, and it'll show you where it's available.
No
close to you.
excuses.
Yeah.
Go get that shit.
Unfortunately, it's just available in Southern California for now.
now?
Maybe,
For now.
Maybe moving up to Northern
I
California.
hit a lot
please.
of bars. So
It's
I
in
need to be
also-
a rep.
Also in a lot of
Oh, it's in bars too?
Yeah, it is.
You can order at a bar down here in Dago?
Yep. You could go to the waterfront.
Oh,
you could go
that's
to
dope.
the waterfront. You go to La Familia. You
So
can
listen,
to,
go to the waterfront and get your shit.
yeah, go.
Tribal Lager.
San Diego's oldest bar,
That's
waterfront.
Right. That's right. And here we go.
Tribal Lager.
But shout out Adrian Delgado, Mr. Flaks, Johnny Be Good, Lower Left Podcast, all
you,
the
Bobby.
homies in the building tonight.
Hey,
Thank
genuinely,
you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby, for
Thank you, brother.
everything you've ever
You're
done
welcome,
for
brother.
me, bro.
I appreciate that.
Straight
Thank
up.
you. I appreciate that. Adrian, thank you, brother.
Adrien. Oh,
Johnny
it's a government name.
Sweater.
It's a government name.
That's my mom's name. That's about the mom. That's the mom. I'm like, oh, shut me in trouble.
That's right. Lower Left Podcast, San Diego, California.
Shout out.
Tribal
Thank you,
Click
Bobby.
and
Get right or get
Tribal
left.
Lager, and we're out.